wanted to do a biopic, if I'm Rihanna, this will be who I'm running to do my biopic. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, she looked just like Rihanna through that whole entire. It was like certain, of course, like towards the end when she kind of like pushed her head back and it just was like, and she was kind of thugging it out, not as much, but like the earlier parts in the jump, like when she was, I want to say she had like a tan dress on, and when she beat that little boy up on the corner, she really was favoring Rihanna to me a lot. Like, she really, like, literally, if Rihanna ever think about doing a biopic like soon, I would definitely reach out to this lady and let her do my biopic.
Yes, you do. I didn't even think
about
a
preacher on the set that prayed every day, and you prayed with the group. Why was that important for you?
Well, I didn't know he was going to be there at first, so I was really happy he was there because I'm a praying person, so I like to pray before every scene, before everything that we do, every show. I think, and having his name was Apostle Lewis, and he was amazing to have on set. And I think what it meant is that we're taking seriously the topics that we're dealing with, not just dealing with the paranormal and the spirit realm, but also taking seriously the emotional weight of what it is that we're dealing with. You know, these characters do stay with you. They can traumatize you for sure. And so, but I think that's also, I think sometimes, we are to take certain things seriously, but I also don't believe that we're supposed to be walking in fear. And that's a part of the reason I agreed to do the movie, is that I was sort of reminded through prayer that, like, I have authority over these things. These things are underfoot, and it was important for me.
So one thing I can say, and I guess this is something that we talk about a lot, especially here in the Black culture. I think all press is good press, but I do think sometimes, like, Black people drag it so bad, because I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought going into this movie, like, I was about to be like terrified, and this was just gonna give me nightmares for days. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I seen a young lady, she made, like, on her story, she made like a couple different videos, and she was just saying, like, all of y'all who just sit here crying, y'all just need to get right with the Lord, because this movie ain't that deep. It's not that serious for y'all to sit here and act like y'all literally just got knocked on your back shoulder by the devil. So, and I do agree with her. Like, I watched it and I'm like, I mean, I haven't seen scarier movies. I mean, I guess if you want to be a little bit more scared because this is supposed to be loosely based on a true story, then I mean, I guess knock yourself out. I just think it was a cool movie. Like, I don't necessarily think the extra stuff that people was, and again, I mean, Black Twitter gonna be Black Twitter. They gonna drag certain things, and for people who don't know, we all talking about the Deliverance. Lee Daniels, Monique, of course, they've squashed their beefs, and this was their first film they have done together. I want to say, I think since Precious, or whatever the case may have. I want to say it might have been since Precious. Almost 100% positive since Precious. And I mean, the movie was cool. I liked it. It was like a good movie. I'm not sitting here saying, I can't say it was good, it was bad. It was just a cool movie. Like, it was a good Netflix junk. Like, all right, cool. If you need something to watch on Netflix, I think it was just a good Netflix movie. I don't necessarily, but I do think Black people, like, sometimes I be thinking people be trying to, like, have their high key moment and drag things and make it seem like, oh, you shouldn't. It's going to make people want to see it more. Like, that's the crazy thing. I mean, that's just, I don't want to just put it on Black people, because you can kind of see it daily. If you see a car crash, everybody slow down just to see how bad it is. So it's like, when you hear stuff about a movie, it's like, I gotta go see it, because is it as bad as you trying to make it seem like it is, or is it better than what you're like? I need to kind of form my own opinion on it. Like I said, the movie to me was a good movie. Like, it was cool. Like, don't get it twisted. It had its parts where it's like, damn, this kind of wild. And then to see at the end that it was loosely based on a true story, I was like, yeah, all right, dog, that's nuts. So I mean, I guess that's just my little quick warm up to it. What's like your big takeaways, your thoughts on it?
I think, like I said, the acting was good. The lady that played her mother, I thought it was funny to see her sewing the tracks in her head. Did you
know what's so crazy? I follow this girl, and I was kind of wondering, like, damn, I wondered, did she see this thing on Netflix? Because she literally redid that thing today. Like, I seen she was doing her daughter here. You know, her mother was doing her daughter here, and she was doing her mom's here. I don't necessarily know how often that is, but I literally seen a girl do it today, and I was kind of wondering, like, damn, I wondered, did she see the movie already? And that's what made her do it. So, but like I said, that to me, man, that, like, I like that. Even when people were sitting here, I think maybe, I don't necessarily know if Lee Daniels may went a little too far when he was putting the sauce on it, saying, like, everybody know somebody like the mom. I don't necessarily know. I don't know too many, like, I don't have too many Black friends that was raised by, like, a white woman. So I maybe can't relate to some of that. Maybe people can somewhere further down south that may be a little something more normal, or even probably farther up north. I know it's like that whole, like, mixing thing, but I mean, of course, in the DMV area, it's kind of like very, like, if you black is not a lot of that mixing bowl pot. So I don't necessarily know would I go that far, but I don't feel like her mom was too far off a character of, like, a Black mom. Like, if I couldn't visually see that this was a white woman, if I go into detail describing who this woman was or how her character portrayed, she was like a Black mom to me. Like it wasn't too far off. Like I've seen, look, I haven't been in actions with white moms, so I don't know. But I've seen enough black moms to know she was spot on how it be raised in a black household.
No, it was, but it was I probably personally, I probably wouldn't have watched it had I saw the reviews or beforehand. Like because people were saying like, oh, well, they had stuff moving in their house and stuff like that. It wasn't a bad movie, but me personally, I probably had I saw all the comments on it before I saw it, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
For real?
Yeah. Because it's like I think the part that got me is like when she started speaking in tongues and stuff like that. Like that stuff is real. Demons are real stuff. So I'm a firm believer. Like if you open the door, then it's possible. So I wouldn't have watched it had I seen all the reviews beforehand. The ones I did see was like, oh, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. So I watched it. But then once it got in, I was like, what the hell?
Nah, that little boy was, oh my, he was he was really bugging out. Like that was so, like that part, like, of course, if it's real and it did happen, like this really happened in real life, of course, I'm sure most people hearing my voice right now or saw this movie, you would be terrified if that was your kid. But then it was still just like, it was like it was so hard for her to even make people believe her because she already had a track record on just like what type of person she was, like being drunk or whatever the case may be, or even quick to sit here and put her hands on somebody. Like, dog, oh, why he got blood on his shirt? Like she went and go, and I'm not saying like she didn't beat up a little kid, but it was maybe like a late teen, early 20 type of dude standing on the corner. He's like, what happened? You know, like whatever. So she literally walked up to a nigga on the corner, supposed to be outside hustling, and punished this nigga for touching her son. And like, don't put your hand, and like literally check the whole entire block. So that kind of lets you know, like, even for nobody else to even try to help him, that kind of still kind of painted a better picture of like, oh, moms don't be playing. Like she ain't going like nothing. So just her attitude with her kids, I ain't picking and choosing my kids to just snap out on. I really handle business outside of the house too. And that was kind of almost the way they respected her when she came on the block and checked Slim. So it was kind of like, I get that, like maybe like for me, I guess with the tongues and all of that stuff, maybe because I go to sleep listening to a pastor like damn near every night anyway. So that kind of just like people, I ain't watching that off the late night because it was the same thing you said, those like just opening those different spirits or whatever the case may be. It kind of to me, I almost didn't look. I looked at this like I was just watching any other type of movie. I didn't really. It probably didn't even hit me that it was based on a true story until the movie was over.
Because like I said, I didn't know until the end. I was like, oh damn, it's a true story. I didn't know. They didn't portray it like that. It was a true story when it came out. It was just a movie. So I was like, and then it said, like it said at the end, like strange occurrences still happen around the house today. Like that is real.
You know, that's the part that was like, how do you? Man, when the pastor was giving the details on what happened in that house and the mom cut the husband's head off and then strangled her daughter, I was like, bro, that shit was crazy. I was like, oh, no way in hell I would have bought a house right there. But again, that's her just realistically.
But she didn't know.
Of course she know. Oh yeah, of course she didn't know. And she was strapped on cash. And realistically, if you ever been in a situation and you really ain't got your bread like that, you can not even just tie it into a house. You can tie it into a car. I'm sure a lot of people listening, like your first couple of cars you may have got if you didn't have like no help from your parents, whatever you can get, you just get. You ain't doing no research on it, like how they got Carfax and stuff like that now. So I'm not really judging her from where she living at or even the circumstances that she living in because she ain't really got no bread and she helping her mother and she still don't really got no money. And that's still crazy on how their relationship really was. The fact that like her and her mom almost really ready to go to blows every time they have a heated debate. They don't, but they just do. Like that's how a boisterous their level of voice disrespect get. But the fact that she still was like, I'm still coming out of pocket paying for my mother's cancer treatment, and she can't even really afford it.
Yeah, and it was real because like they fought in the house, but on the outside world when they came together when it came to going against other people.
For sure. And that to me was like just, and that was to me, like I said, that's why I say it's a good movie. I can't like.
It was a good movie. It was a good movie, like I said, but I could have done without everything else. If it was a different storyline, then yeah. But it was a good. The acting was awesome.
Yeah, the acting was fire. That little boy smoked that role. I ain't gonna have, and you know what's so crazy, but I'm just thinking like, if this is real, like who was the person who was Monique's character in real life? Because bro, it's no way in hell I would have seen somebody do something like that and just would have stayed in that room and want to have conversations. There is no way in God's green earth when that little boy started to crawl up that wall, I would have been out of there. There's no, this nigga, oh nah, dog.
They probably.
They might have put some extra sauce on it, but it just still don't. If it was, even listen to what I'm saying. And let's say if it was at a 10, even if it went to a 2, I'm not staying in that room with that little boy wilding out like that. Like when he sit here and told her son name and she was like, oh, how you know his name? that right there, I would have sit here, excuse me, I'm gone. Y'all can do whatever y'all want with this little nigga. Give me a different case because like, nah, dog, it's nowhere in hell I could deal with that.
Yeah, me neither.
Like he was real live, just like on something like, man, I ain't gonna lie. But like I said, to me, the movie was cool. I don't have no real, and I even think to where it's like that moment where they were sitting here, like when she was sitting here, when the little boy turned into the mother and she was like, I can smell your nappy head pussy or whatever. But I think in the day and age we live in, you need that moment. Like you need, dog, we talk about that all the time. Like even when me and Marcus be debating about just like certain podcasts or shows, you like sometimes you need that, just that viral moment to get people's attention, good, bad, or indifferent. It don't matter how you feel about it. That one little line that she sit here and said, it got people's attention to even, like I said, good promo or bad promo. It don't matter. It got people talking about it and made other people to see and watch it, because the more people talk about it, it's going, like I even said with Big Sean last week, like, all right, I really didn't want to listen to Big Sean, but the more people kept talking about it, good or bad, I still sit here, all right, let me go press play. So like I said, if you not, I mean, like I said, if you need something to watch on Netflix, I'll sit here and say give it a shot. Not, I mean, like I said, if you don't want to, me personally, I just say watch it. Like if you got your own, whatever your religious beliefs are, or how you have your own, I guess, life situated when it comes to spirituality, man, I say just watch it. You may need to do an extra prayer or something before, after. If you feel like Erica, like you may just be opening up a different type of Pandora's box. But like I said, that movie was cool. Like even the acting, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was yelling at the TV when she walked in on her oldest son choking her youngest son in the bathtub. I'm like, bro, get this nigga off of him. What the hell are you doing?
She was trying to.
And that nigga was not budging. I'm like, oh no, she is not about to kill. He's not about to kill this little boy in front of his goddamn mother, dog. Like that. That's why I was saying that's a good movie. I don't care. Let me take maybe 40, 50 minutes. No, they had 10 different parts of that movie that was like, this was worth watching, because it had you like, it's always like jaw dropping little moments where it was like, dog, what the hell is going on? Even just like with the daughter, when she just started randomly bleeding in the school, and I was just, no, matter of fact, no, the funny part was when the little boy threw shit at the teacher. Oh my God, this nigga took shit in the classroom and threw it at the teacher, though. I was fucking dying.
I was so confused.
Laughing.
I was like, what? She bleeding, and the other boy, like, what would you do if you was a teacher?
And he threw shit at me? That would be my last day working. When he
pulled his pants down and started shitting in the classroom, what would you do?
That would have been my last day working. Like, it's certain things that I cannot, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some things I can't put up with. There's just some things that there's no way in hell I'm signing up for. Like, you didn't go to work today and be like, I'm a kid taking a shit in your classroom. Like, he literally pulled his pants down, took him a squat, and took a real live shit in the back of the classroom, dog.
And threw it at her.
Before he wouldn't even got a chance to throw it at me, because I would have left as soon as he started. No, I need my job. I can't put up with this. Let me go get the principal. I'm not buzzing the principal. I'm walking to go get the principal myself. So whatever happened when I leave this room, it is what it is, because there's nowhere in hell I'm dealing with it. Like I said, man, that movie had a lot of good little parts in it. It will literally have like jaw-dropping moments. Like, I cannot believe what happened. So like I said, man, go on Netflix. I'm sure it's probably, if it ain't number one, it's going to still be in the top 10 on your Netflix. So it's definitely something that I would highly recommend going to watch. And I guess we can kind of